Semenyo, Doku has been on fire lately. They are going to be very important for Pep Guardiola and his side today. And for the love of God, you know what's at stake for you. Yes, you have one eye on the FA Cup over the weekend against Chelsea at Wembley, but this is as important because Pep Guardiola is going to look to end the season on the eye. They didn't do well in Europe, in the Premier League. They look like they drop points at times they're supposed to gain advantage over their rivals, and they've not looked their best in years. But if there's a motivation for them, this is domestic treble. So they have that in their sights. They have to win the maximum points tonight, and let's see what happens by the end of the season.
All right. I think you have a contrary opinion to that. Do you see Manchester City winning tonight?
Well, I won't exactly say that I see them going ahead to secure all 3 points against Crystal Palace, but as Nurudeen has mentioned, this is more or less, should I say, a vital encounter for Pep Guardiola's side to secure all 3 points when they face Crystal Palace later today at 8 p.m. They currently sit on 74 points and they are 5 points behind Arsenal. If they're able to secure all 3 points against Crystal Palace, they bridge the gap down to 2 points. And as I mentioned, Arsenal are going to face Burnley over the weekend, and I'm most certain that Arsenal will be heading into the encounter to secure all 3 points because
I'm most certain that
they are
Arsenal will
closer
to that encounter against Burnley.
Well, I think whether or not they bottle or they eventually secure all 3 points to be there for all of us to see.
No,
when
we'll be back here on Monday.
When the encounter rolls around,
that.
and if and based on what's on ground, I say that Arsenal will have a stronger chance than they've had over the past couple of years to eventually lay their hands on the EPL title for the first time in I think 22 years. So yeah, they are closer than ever. It is a long time.
I've achieved too much in 22 years. Come on, that makes sense.
Yeah, it is a lot. So I do think that as Nurudeen has mentioned, the target to secure the treble might be a major push factor for Man City to secure a win against Crystal Palace tonight. But then for Arsenal, even if City eventually secure a win against Crystal Palace tonight, as we always mentioned, the battle is between them and themselves. They are closer to this treble than ever, and they also have a UEFA Champions League trophy against Paris Saint-Germain. We're not certain how that itself is going to turn out, but these are two.
I'm certain that's going to turn out.
But these are two giants going against each other. So if Arsenal can still retain that momentum as they've had over the past couple of matches that they've engaged in, it's likely that we're never going to see Arsenal go ahead to secure that EPL title and secure all 3 points when they go against Burnley over the weekend. But all in all, it's there for us to see.
Yeah, so you are excited to see that. I'm not excited because I'm wondering why the ball's about 22 years or 20 years. That's for you not to achieve. Since Nurudeen, in your 22 years of your career in the media space, it's not football. So why did I sit with the fans and celebrate 22 years for Christ's sake?
You don't have to celebrate 22
seems like
years.
The Arsenal fans
but they
are
haven't read to celebrate 22 years.
It's a pretty card right now.
I don't want to. Let's get it.
Let's move on to 22 years or 20 years.
or not, they are at the top of the table and they have a higher chance of winning the EPL title this year.
All right, Mabuba, I'm going to say to you what. I'm just going to say to you what. I'm going to say to you what. If Arsenal do not lift the Premier League and the Champions League title, Mabuba will host the show for 3 consecutive weeks.
If they fail to win,
okay, it's fine.
So it's good. We're great.
It's fine.
Let's just move on. Let's talk about Cristiano Ronaldo quickly. And something yesterday, I'm not going to lie to you. I was wondering if there was a script for this game yesterday because I'm wondering what went wrong with Bento. And you need to look back to what he has done several times to cost Al Nassr the league. I don't know if we have a video to show all of that, and I'm wondering, is this a script where you paid? Because we're talking 90 plus 7 minutes. Just few seconds.
It was an uncontested throw-in.
Nothing. You had no
player was
reason
inside,
not to.
and I don't understand the miscommunication between me and Martinez yesterday. Both players are one of the most experienced players in that Al Nassr side on the field yesterday, and for the love of God, he just got it wrong. 30 seconds to go.
Did you think they collected the transfer?
Maybe. We won't know that until maybe an investigation.
And trust Ronaldo, he knows how to come out to talk.
Immediately go went in.
Yeah.
He left the dugout, went into the dressing room, and it took him hours before he came back to post on social media and say we have one more game to play. And it was all sad. A lot of fans were already dancing. Everybody was celebrating, the lights in the stadium and everything. And all of a sudden, that train came in. And to me, the Martinez that bumped into Bento, Martinez that bumped into Bento was one that considered that throw-in.
Yeah.
The ball was supposed to go for a Al Nassr goal kick, and he kicked the ball into the throw-in, and the throw-in came in, and there was no Al Hilal player inside. And Al Hilal have been unbeaten all season long in the Saudi Pro League. So that run continued yesterday again.
These are the errors that he has done, over the years to cost them,
Yes.
Titles.
We'll keep going over and over again if we want to talk about mistakes from Bento that has cost Al Nassr, but they'll be looking to get their hands on the trophy again since 2019 if they get maximum points in their last game of the season. So let's hope that works in their favor. The title is still in their hands. They don't just have to bottle it in the last game.
Come on, do you think they're going to bottle? I want the last video to actually show. Do you think they're going to bottle in the last game? So now, this is the throw-in. I am wondering, why are you not having this ball?
Both players...
Well, there was no error. Nobody was putting you under pressure.
Well, we understand, but the fact still remains that there is no individual who is immune to certain kind of mistakes.
Wow.
But
We've seen unexpected occurrences.
If the camera
occur
keeps
at the
panning
last
to you when you
minute.
keep making mistakes at critical stages, that is not what you want to see on the big stage.
We know, but we've seen that replicate itself at over different categories in the world of football. We have Arsenal, for instance, who have bottled the league of times that number. We have Neymar Jr., who gets injured at a certain point, maybe around when the round of 16 or the knockout for the UCL rolls around.
Injuries
So
for
I'm not
Neymar
saying that, okay, this kind of thing, maybe they are two different. Of course, they are different, but at the same time, I'm basically saying that when certain things happen over and over, it doesn't mean that
That's a pattern.
that goalkeeper. It is a pattern. Patterns do exist in the world of sport and in football.
So
it doesn't mean
if-
that the
if-
player or
if-
the
if-
goalkeeper
if-
is being paid for that to occur. Some things occur that are simply beyond your control.
Wow.
And it's costing your team.
Yes.
Wow.
When Neymar Jr. was getting injured, the injuries cost him.
But Neymar didn't injure himself.
No,
Yes, he didn't get injured.
He
but the pattern
got
was
injured
consistent
while
round of
playing for
16.
those teams. So
Exactly.
That's
But he
what-
still got
so-
injured
so-
when
so-
he usually did the most for the round of 16.
I'm going to ask you before we wrap up the show. If you're the coach of Al Nassr now, or you're
Yes.
the management body,
Yes.
and this era has cost you 3 trophies in the last 2 seasons, and this same goalkeeper is the one making the same error, what would you do?
Well, for me personally, it will be difficult for us to predict what exactly is going to happen in the future. The major, honestly, the major reason is the fact that this is the major reason. Okay, he's the #1 goalkeeper over there at Al Nassr.
Yeah.
He's #1 because of how good they know he is.
Okay.
So even if someone is so excellent or fascinating in his position, that doesn't mean that he is.
immune
Should I
to
say,
mistakes.
he's immune to certain mistakes?
But
yes,
those
he himself didn't
mistakes
see that
keep
coming.
coming
No
up.
one saw that kind of mistake coming. So even if they say they want to push him aside for someone else, maybe they can't ascertain whether that person will be as good as he is. But if they're able to find a goalkeeper, maybe they're tired of this repetition over and over again, they can then decide to find another goalkeeper whom they believe that will be a perfect replacement for him. But then we cannot keep on blaming or keep saying that this whole thing was scripted or planned simply because we've noticed a repetition over the past few years. It has happened to players, it's happened to teams. So I don't know exactly why we should focus so much on this and paint the picture that this in itself was scripted. It doesn't work that way.
All right. I'll be hoping that you own a club one day, and we'll be back here
Well,
to
my
discuss.
plan is to definitely own a club one day.
Beautiful.
Yes,
Beautiful.
I don't intend to, should I say, work in the long term when it comes to the sport media.
Yeah.
My ambition is transition